Welcome to Signature Operations Field Maintenance Series. You can learn more about our training offerings at signatureoperations.com. We're going to field clean an M-9, and the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and practice safe weapon handling. We're going to make sure the weapon's unloaded. We're going to remove the magazine from the weapon. Press the mag release button, pull the magazine out, ensure that there's no round in the magazine. Next thing we're going to do is make sure there's no round in the chamber. We're going to go ahead and locate the slide release lever that's on the left side of the weapon. Going to push that up with our thumb, and while we're holding that up, we're going to pull the slide to the back and lock that in place. Inspect the chamber, make sure there's no round in the weapon. Next thing we're going to do is remove the slide from the weapon. On the right side of a Beretta is a slide lock lever release button. You're going to want to depress that button, and while rolling this back on its right side, exposing the left, you're going to want to rotate this slide lever down. In doing that, this slide is now able to come off the weapon. You pull the slide back a little bit, releasing the slide release, and ride it forward. And the slide now comes off the weapon. Now we're just going to do a basic field cleaning on this, so we're just going to remove the recoil spring, and that is under pressure, so hold on to it so it doesn't fly across the room. And we're going to remove the barrel from the upper receiver. Go ahead and push the detent button at the back and pull the barrel, and the whole barrel will come out. Now next we're going to run a quick cleaning rod through the barrel. We're going to use whatever we can. If you're in the field, you can use a ballpoint pen, anything, just make sure it doesn't get wedged into the barrel. In this instance, we're going to use a cleaning rod from an AK-47. Go ahead and put a dab of oil on the cleaning patch, and we're going to go ahead and run that through the barrel. And that goes through, and that's pretty clean. For a field maintenance, we're going to go ahead and wipe down the barrel. We're going to wipe the rails on the barrel. Brush off everything. We're going to go ahead and clean the throat. Clean the pin with a little bit of a rag. We're going to go ahead and clean that up. Now we're going to go ahead and clean the guide spring. Just wipe that down, make sure that that's free of any dirt, contaminants. Brush out the rails, both the top and the bottom. We're going to brush out the top of the slide. We're going to brush the bolt face, and we're going to inspect the bolt face. Check and see if there's any nicks or damages to the extractor. Go ahead and clean that up. Give that a wipe. Going to go ahead and put a drop of oil on the slide. We're going to go ahead and put a drop of oil where the barrel will ride, which is towards the front. Now we're going to go ahead and insert the barrel into the top of the slide. Push it in place, push the barrel back, push this lever down to lock the barrel in place. Guide rod and spring. Push those back in carefully, lock those down in place. Make sure that they're secure. This will fly across the room. We're going to go ahead and brush where the trigger is. We're going to brush out the magazine well. Brush the guide rails. And now we're going to go ahead and wipe down. Get any dirt or contaminants, especially in this area. This is where the ignition occurs. Get a lot of powder fouling here. Wipe that down. We're now ready to assemble the weapon. We're going to go ahead and take the slide. Now we're going to go ahead and assemble the weapon. So we're going to line the back of the top slide with the front and slide that on. Pull the slide to the rear and press the slide release button up, locking this in place. And now we're going to go ahead and turn the slide release lever, locking the slide. We're going to go ahead and ease the slide forward, make sure it doesn't fly off. Decock this weapon, which is turn the safety in the rearward position, and that will decock the hammer, and we are ready to go.